Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. As always, my name is Phil, and today we have two of our commentators on channel duking it out to see who is the best, or as is more often the case, just having a bit of fun with their lists. But joining me to commentate this, we have...
Hi guys, it's Amy.
Hi Amy, welcome back. It's been a while since we've had you on the channel.
Yes, I'm back. Hi.
Excellent. Good to have you back. Now, just as a word of note to viewers, this is a pre-points update game. So yes, the points will be slightly different. I know for a fact that Fergus's list now is definitely over 200 points, but at time of recording, these lists were actually legal. So we might have a few games like that in the run-up, but we will persevere anyway. So, as I said, we have Quinn versus Fergus. Amy, did you want to run through Quinn's list for us?
Yeah, so Quinn has got two of the IG aggressive assault fighters. Not very often you see these, especially up in my area, but it's quite cool to see two of them in a list together. So we have got IG-88B and IG-88D, and both of them have got exactly the same upgrade. So they're both running outmaneuver, advanced sensors, synced laser cannons, proximity mines, stealth device, and the IG-2000 title card.
Awesome. I think those two are quite common ones to use together. Anytime I've written a list that's got robots in it, they're the two that I normally go with. And then on the other side, we have Fergus running his Rebel list. He's got Heris Syndulla with the XX-23 S traces, Garvin Drace in the X-Wing with servo motor S-foils, Kyle Katarn in the Hawk with Jyn Erso and Moldy Crow. And rounding the list off, we have Makva Yaro in the U-Wing with Leia Organa, Pivot Wing, and false transponder codes. So prior to the points update, this was well within 200, but now this is definitely a list you won't see anymore, unfortunately. But we will see exactly how they get on. So before they get too far into this, Amy, any predictions on how you anticipate this going?
I don't know, it's quite 50-50 again because the robots are quite good. However, it is 2 ships against 4, and the rebels can be quite devious.
Yes, they can be quite tricky, especially in a good old joust with Garvin there. That could be something that Quinn is going to have to watch out for. It's interesting that they are both set up facing each other directly, so there's not going to be much dancing around each other. It's pretty much going to be a case of get stuck right in and punch each other in the face, I reckon. Which for me and you is not a style we like playing, because we like playing Empire, and when we do that, it goes badly for us.
I don't know, I've got a little bit of luck with a few TIE swarms.
I think TIE swarms are a bit of an exception to the rule there, because the amount of firepower you can put out with a TIE swarm is just devastating. I've never had much luck I've never found much luck flying a swarm, but anytime I've come up against a swarm, it tends to go badly for me. I prefer like mini swarms or like a couple of ships in formation rather than like a full 6-ship swarm.
Yeah, I have to admit it's been a while since I've actually done like a full swarm, but if they're flown right, which is hardly ever in my case, I can never fly in formation in that with that many. They can do a ridiculous amount of damage, especially if they are like going proper head to head like Quinn and Fergus are here.
Yeah. I mean, I just like the concept of a swarm, but again, it just never seems to go well for me. And putting down 6 dials, I mean, anyone that's seen me on the channel or has played with me knows that I tend to run 4 ships. 5 is a bit OTT for me. 4 ships is normally my limit. But I do like this 2-ship build that Quinn's got. The Brobots is a cool list, and I can't wait to see this ship get reprinted as well, actually, and come back out. Potentially, you never know, we might see it as a double pack. We've got the new Resistance Y-Wings just come out as a double pack, so maybe we'll see the IGs come out as a double.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool, actually, especially since they are so popular.
Yeah.
There is Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I remember them being played a lot in version 1 as well, actually. Like, they were very popular in version 1.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. There is a couple of guys who play Scum up here where I am in Lincoln, and they do love the Brobots list, or lists. They had a few variations of it. I've not seen it a lot recently, but it was pretty much a version 1 sort of thing. They were incredibly broken.
Yeah. Just for those that aren't familiar with the Brobots, can you remind us what D and B actually do?
So I believe they're both droids.
They are indeed. In fact, they are the same droid as the bounty hunter droid from the Mandalorian, the IG series.
Yes, I completely forgot about that. I was thinking more of the one that looks like the droid that looks as if it's got an ant head.
Oh, that's Forlom.
Forlom, is that Forlom?
That's Forlom.
Ah, okay. Right, so IGB is after you perform an attack that misses, you may perform another bonus attack from secondary from your cannons.
Yeah.
With IGD, it's while you execute a Cygnus loop maneuver, you may use another template of the same speed instead, either be sharp of the same direction or a straight. So
turning your signals loop into either essentially a wider signals loop or a K-turn instead.
Yes.
Pretty powerful that, actually. I do like the concept of that. And obviously the IG-2000 ability combines with that so well.
Oh, yes.
But it looks like we are going to get some shots coming in, so we'll see how that goes. So Fergus does have initiative here, which does mean that Hera and Garvin are likely to shoot first. In fact, actually, apologies, I think Quinn has initiative here because his robots moved before Garvin. So Quinn is actually going to get, after Hera, obviously Quinn is going to get the first shot, so that could be quite telling. Although it might allow some trickery with Garvin handing his focus token around, especially towards Magva, who's currently stressed. Okay, so Hera taking a shot at 88D. Anticipating that's most likely going to be an S-thread shot to get some target locks out there. Yeah, there's the charge being flipped over, so see if he can get an abundance of target locks at a pretty reasonable range. It's not too bad, actually.
Pretty good roll.
Quinn's got a good handful of dice to try and avoid that, though, so we'll see. That's not going to do it, so that's a bunch of target locks on IG-88D there.
They're not going to be happy droids.
Indeed not. Luckily, obviously, that doesn't affect stealth device because no damage was actually suffered. But yeah, it's not going to be ideal there. So I think we know who the focus of Fergus's is. But let's see if Quinn can respond in kind. He'll need to change those dice over because they're green dice. Checking ranges. I think Bagfa's a pretty good option, actually.
Yeah, no green tokens. I'd agree with that. That'd be quite good.
Unless he can take out Garvin, because I think Garvin's got a bit more offensive output, but it's a tricky one, because if you strip Garvin's focus, you'll pass it to Magfa. Both forgetting the dice cam there, but easily done. So that's pretty good. Obvious spend there of the calculate, so hit, crit. And I think that was into Garvin there. So yeah, spending that focus, passing it to Hera, interesting. And that's 2 shields down on Garvin. That's a good start.
That's not bad.
Looks like rinse and repeat there from B. Not bad at all there. 2 more hits. No focuses on Garvin. Oh, he gets animate though, so that's not too bad. So just 1 damage going in there, but that's points on the board for Quinn.
That's not bad for the first set of shooting.
Yeah.
In the first round, and to be half points up on a ship already.
But it's a shame, obviously, outmaneuver is not in play here. That's not bad at all. So Hera passing, allowing Garvin to use that token. Yeah, definitely spend that calculate to avoid A, losing your stealth device, B, taking any damage there. But it does mean that D is now open for some hurt. And that is just sneaking into a range 2 there for a Magma.
Yeah.
Not a great shot, but does have the target lock, so I would anticipate, yeah, there's the spend of the target lock, so
it'd be rude not to, especially when there's 4 target locks on that one ship.
Yeah, it hasn't done much help though. I think Fergus is banking on using one of Hera's focuses there, but Quinn is definitely happy with how that went down. And finally, we've got Kyle Katarn with the Mouldy Crow, which is a ship I've been using quite a bit recently, the Hawk with Mouldy Crow. Normally the Scum variant, but I'm quite enjoying using that.
It is a good little ship.
Well, I actually managed to take out Anakin Skywalker with a Hawk earlier in the week, which I was quite impressed with.
Rude.
It was quite rude. I definitely wasn't complaining though.
Well, no, I mean to take out a Jedi with, you know. I'd say that wasn't Kyle Katarn a Jedi as well.
In extended, well, the Legends continuity, yes, Kyle Katarn was one of the Jedi Masters. But obviously, in current canon, I'm trying to think. I'm not as deep in the lore for the current canon as I am for Legends. I'm not even sure if he's actually in current canon at the moment.
No, I mean, I know his name comes up a few times in one of the video games. Is it Jedi Academy or some?
Yeah, one of the older games. I think it was Rogue Squadron, possibly. But I know he definitely came up in one of the older games, and then he got included in the actual expanded universe, Legends canon.
Yeah.
So he could be in the new canon now. I'm not sure. Again, I need to sort of brush up a bit on current canon, but Legends was just so good.
Yeah. He's in the expanded universe. He's in 5 of the video games of the Jedi Knight series.
Okay. That
But
is
even
good to
still,
know.
like, yeah, to have a Force user or potential Force user take out, Anakin Skywalker, that's pretty impressive.
There was some good luck on my part there, I'm not going to lie. It was just happened to fall quite nicely for me. It was an interesting game, to be honest, but that's the power of the Moldy Crow there. You see that Kyle-Katarn has 3 focus tokens there, and he's going to have 2 of those left at the end of the turn because of Moldy Crow.
I love Moldy Crow.
It's just so good. But we've got a classic Rebel 1 forward to victory, probably hoping to initiate a bump there on the droids. Oh, it's a tricky position. Unless those droids have gone slow, I reckon that there's going to be some bumping coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think a 1 forward's not going to land. But that's the advanced sensors trigger there to get the calculate in anticipation. What did he do? Oh, is that? Oh, is he doing the 3 signals loop but putting it onto the... Yep, he's putting it onto the hard template there.
It's not a bad move.
No, I think that's a brilliant move, actually. And that'll be the reason for doing the advanced sensors to get that calculate early, so that he doesn't stress him, so that he's got the token for when he stressed himself out. Oh, he probably should have actually gained a second calculate token there with D. I don't think that B actually bumped there. It was hard to see. But that is some interesting positioning we've got there from D and B. Is that... Yes, a K-turn from Garvin. That's brilliant.
That's quite good.
And a bump from Hera. I think that it's not terrible actually there. Obviously, only Hera doesn't have a shot, but you've got a pretty good shot into... Oh, is he going to try and take out Kyle there? That's interesting. Oh, he must have bumped into Magva then.
Yes, it is difficult to see, especially with those front sort of
the prongs, yeah.
Fin things. You can't really see where the corner of the bases are.
Oh, and that's the 2 shields down on Kyle there. So that is a pretty good shot. I think Quinn's checking to see if he's got a range 1 in arc on Garvin. Because if he can take Garvin out, that would be very powerful. Oh, I think he does have the range 1. Spending that calculate, definitely. 3 hits going in there. That could... I mean, you could always use Hera's token, but...
Oh.
So that is 2 damage onto Garvin there. Garvin taking a shot back. Now he's spending that target lock. Yeah, that's a good time to do it when you've got a range 1. Ooh, that's going to be tough to avoid. Oh, and he did a darn good job there, though.
Oh, that was quite good.
But that is 2 shields down on D. I think all we've got left now to shoot is Kyle Katan. So I think really... Oh, wow. Now that's some hot shooting there.
Impressive.
And that stealth device is down on both droids and all of the shields gone on B there. This is why you do not underestimate the Hawk, because it comes out and does stuff like that, and you're just like, what? How did a ship like that do that? It's just absolute insanity. It's so good.
It's small but mighty.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Moldy Crow is an expensive title. Now, off the top of my head, I'm not sure if it has gone up. It's currently 16 points. I'm just having a quick look. No, it has actually stayed the same amount of points. Jin Urso's gone up. Just having a look, I think Hera is probably one of the biggest points increases in this, because she's now 48 points standard, where she was 42, and I will admit she was very undercosted. So I'm not surprised she actually went up.
No, me neither.
Yeah. Oh, those are some nice proximity mines there.
I was wondering whether or not Quinn was going to do that, but that is very nicely done.
Yeah, I think that Fergus can get past them, but it does make it trickier for him. Which is kind of, with mines, I find that you either know exactly that they're definitely going to catch something, or you just do it to deny a space on the board. So it'll be interesting to see if they do actually catch anything.
Yeah, proximity mines are quite good. However, for like if you want to really spread out, I've always preferred cluster mines.
Yeah, cluster mines are good.
Ooh.
Ooh, just
Okay.
the pivot. Well, that's one way to avoid a bomb. It's such a powerful move that the U-wing can do there to pivot.
Yeah, because doesn't it go a pivot, a stop?
So it does the stop, and then if it's got the pivot wing title, which I don't know why you wouldn't have the pivot wing title because it's free, it allows you to rotate. Like, after you execute a stop maneuver, you may rotate your ship 90 or 180 degrees. The downside is that you do roll 1 fewer defense dice when your wings are closed. But it looks like we're going to get a bump from D. So that's another IG in front of it that it can't actually shoot. And let's see, it looks like, I think that's the 3 signals that Quinn has put down there, which looks like it should fit in, and that'd be a really nice shot into the side of Magba. Oh, that's nice. That's a really good positioning there. So it'd be interesting to see where. So that's where Kyle is, where he is now. I want to see where Garvin ends up. Because right now, Quinn could either double down into Kyle-Katarn or split fire, part on Magva, part on Kyle. If it was me, I'd shoot D first into Kyle-Katarn, see what's happening there, and if needs be, finish off with Magva. But you'll notice as well there's no stress coming out because Leia was triggered at the beginning of this, so that's why the pivot and the stop there from Kyle did not actually cause stress. So are we going to get a normal attack from Hera or another S threads?
I'd say with it being at range 1, I'd say range 1 normal attack.
Yeah, I would agree as well. S threads, I don't think there's that looks like a range 1 normal attack. I don't think there's any benefit to doing S threads at this point. So hit crit, that's not bad.
That's quite a good roll.
Oh, that's the final shield. So just avoiding that crit there. So that's quite lucky from Quinn. I'll tell you what, it's got another proximity mine as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he drops that right on Hera.
That would be good.
So here's the range 2 from D into Kyle-Katarn. Will we see the last of Kyle, or will he make it through to the next stage? I think that's one too many dice you're rolling there, Quinn. Does it look like range 2 to me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is range 2.
There we go. Not bad. Not enough to take him out, but enough to cause another damage on there. So that is half points on Kyle. So probably looks like trying to finish off with B. So that's just 2. Oh, not quite enough there. Just the one going through. Kyle-Katarn hangs on by a thread. We'll have a range 1 back if he wants it. So Garvin going into B is the only target for him because he bumped into D. There's nothing there. No shot from Magva. Moving on to Kyle. Actually a tricky choice. I think going for D there is probably actually the best option because there's no tokens there, and either way it's only a 3 dice attack against either one.
And that's a good roll.
That is a good roll. There have been some pretty good red dice in this game. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is a crit going through there onto D. And that crit is weapons failure. That is unfortunate. Definitely going to want to try and repair that sooner rather than later.
Oh, yes.
But Kyle has now been stripped of all of his focus, so that's a pretty good start.
He's got to try and build them all up again on just 1 health.
Yeah. But I would be very surprised if we don't see a Proxmine drop from D there.
It'd be rude not to, especially with Heron right behind.
Actually, just double checking. Do they get 2 charges on the proximities?
Yes, they do.
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, so dropping a proximity mine right there on top of Hera. Absolutely rude not to. I mean, obviously you've got to roll the dice to see what actually happens, but that could be half points on Hera. And I know her points have obviously gone up since this, but that would still be a pretty good shout. Although it's only an A-wing, I think Hera is definitely one that you want to be taking out sooner rather than later. She is tricky to fly against. Especially with that combination of Garvin. There's a lot of token passing going around there. And then you just add into that Jyn Erso. It's a really tough list to know what to focus down and how to really handle it. But I'm also curious as to how Quinn's going to get out of there as well. But there we go. There's the Proximine straight onto Hera. The crowd wanted it, and the crowd got it. So unfortunately didn't capture that on the dice cam, but that was just one shield down on Hera there.
Worth it?
Yeah, absolutely worth it. Oh, another pivot from Magma there. Anticipating either one of those robots to end up in front of her, I assume.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that was a wise move.
Ooh, bump from Kyle there, so definitely not adding any more focuses to his tally. I do have to say, I do like Fergus's paint job he's got on his ships. It's quite nice and subtle, that sort of orangey effect he's got on there. It's not easy to see it on the camera, but it's just something a bit different. It's quite nice.
It does look good.
It really ties them all in as well. And then you got Magma just there, obviously, in the standard Swords Renegade paint job. You know what? I'm not upset about that bump there from B. That's quite a nice position there to absolutely one-shot Kyle.
Yeah, it's not a bad position to be in. There's bumps go.
Oh, I think D bumped as well, so that's not so good.
No.
Able to do the advanced sensors first, though. So can't complain too much there. Does have tokens. So it looks like probably a bit more spreading of fire there. But Hera's definitely going to be going into B, Garvin into D, and if by some miracle Kyle is still there, I can imagine that will go into, well, probably D. Let's see, just nothing there from Hera, just one hit, easily evaded. Now here's the tricky thing, does B... I don't think B has arc on Hera. Not quite, I don't think, which is a bit of a shame there for Quinn, because it means that if he takes out Kyle, I mean, that's not going to do it, you'd think.
No.
Nope, there we go. There's the evade. Gotta spend at least one of those calculates, unfortunately. But you can see Quinn's putting it at Garvin, knowing that he's going to be getting shot back. Did he guarantee the kill on? He's going for the kill. He's taking it on Kyle. Yep, that's Kyle Katarn down.
One ship down, 3 to go.
Yeah. I think the big downside there was having to spend both calculators to do it, though, to guarantee it. I think Quinn would have liked to have kept one of those calculators because it's not going to be a nice shooting coming in from Garvin there. But it looks like it should probably be range 2, so it should hopefully be not too bad. Oh, they missed weapons failure, so they're having to just go back on that. And Carcatan still lives.
Ah.
Yeah, no, sorry. Quinn forgot weapons failure on there, so he just had to step back to get that right. But he does still have the 2 calculates, so now the shot coming in from Garvin might be okay. Obviously quite good that they actually caught that there to be able to actually go and roll that back and not too much had actually gone on.
Range 1?
No, I believe it was range 2. It's hard to see again due to the IG's arms getting in the way. I'm pretty sure that was range 2. Yeah. There we go. Nicely evaded there. Now, this will be range 1 from Kyle, and I can imagine he'll be doing that out of the front arc. 4 die. Oh!
Wow.
That's another crit going through regardless. That's 2 hits and a crit going through there. That is an absolute swing. Thinking that you'd taken Kyle Katarn out to find out that actually, no, you're going to end up taking 2 hits and a crit, and you've still got Kyle Katarn on the table. And the crit itself is Panicked Pilot as well.
Yeah.
So that is
not ideal.
No, that's less than ideal for everyone involved. Well, for Quinn anyway. Fergus is probably loving it. But heading back now to dials, and while we get those dials set down, just like to remind everyone, if they do enjoy what we are doing on the channel here, we do have a Patreon where you can support us. The link is in the description below, and you can support us with just as little as £2 a month, which will get you a shout out on the next video. And you can also support us from £4 a month as well if you are really enjoying what we're doing. But any support you'd like to throw our way, it will help us keep doing what we're doing and provide more content and hopefully make that even more regular. So this is definitely a tricky position now for the robots. D is very stressed. B is not in a great position because he's either got to try and clear through them and avoid that prox mine, or just accept that it's going to bump a lot. And we've just seen Kyle do a stop there. What is Magva doing?
Oh, actually moving.
Yeah. I didn't really have a choice though. Was stressed. The only thing it probably could have done would have been really cheeky to do a 1 bank and not go anywhere, but getting out of there a little bit. I don't blame Fergus. I think that's a good option because it also means that D and B are more likely to actually move more which means putting them out of position. So it's definitely a blue maneuver. Which blue maneuver? Just a one forward, so bump straight into Kyle. Now, I am wondering if that's tactical. Yeah, there we go. Advanced sensor trigger. Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Is that the 3K? Does it clip? It does clip the proximity mine. That is unfortunate. Let's see what kind of pain Quinn causes himself there. I could see at the time, like, as it was coming up to it, I could tell that those prox mines were going to be a little bit of an issue now. It's nothing worse than bombing or mining yourself. So that is actually a crit, which is structural damage. That's not good.
No.
Yeah, so that bomb definitely didn't do what Quinn was hoping there. Oh, and Garvin's managed to get himself into a good position. We definitely have a bit of a kill box on our hands here.
Yeah.
Let's see what Hera is actually doing. Oh, it looks like Hera is trying to... Interesting, so Hera is actually trying to get out of there, so... It's not looking too bad, actually. It's hard to say whether Hera just clips that back corner of D. If it does, that'd be very unfortunate for Quinn, but I think it's out. It looks like it's out, so first shot. And there's Kyle Katarn dead.
Oh.
One round later than Quinn was hoping for, unfortunately, but...
Got there in the end.
I mean, the good thing is it means it's now not double down on shots, because I don't think Quinn could have taken another round of that. I'd be very surprised if we don't see D go down here, because we have a target lock on there, and we have a range one shot from Garvin. A double modded range one shot as well. Oh, that's D down. I mean, it was to be expected. So, and I think now it is quite tricky for Quinn. Not impossible, but just going to be tricky. With Magva still at full health, Hera doing all right. If you can take Garvin down, scratch some points there, but it's definitely going to be tricky for Quinn right now.
Yeah, 1 against 3 is never going to be very good.
Unless that one is a raider, and those 3 are not other epic ships. But yeah, I know what you mean. 1 against 3. Again, it can be done, but I think you need to be... I think B would need a little bit more health on him, not have the structural damage, and you'd need more damage actually taken on some of the other ships. And there we go. That's another layer trigger. So that is the turnaround there from Magva.
So it's 13 hull / shield up against 3 hull.
Yeah.
Which is going to be impressive if IGB can pull this off.
I mean, as I said, I've seen miracles happen. I mean, I don't know if this is the right time of year for miracles. Quinn might need to wait a couple more months for that. But, I mean, there's a little miracle there. Garvin doesn't have a shot. But if Hera somehow stays in front of B, then that wouldn't be too bad. Ooh, that's not too. That's a good positioning for Hera, but yeah, there was that.
Sneaky.
So for those of you getting a bit confused how Hera has done the S-loop and actions, Leia was triggered this turn. So that's how able to do all that shenanigans and only get that single stress after doing the linked action there. So 2 hits, 1 evade, 2 health left on B. Should just be catching Hera though, so that is a range 1. That's a great range 1 shot. That is great. 2 hits and 2 crits. I mean, I'm not biased, but I kind of want to see blanks here from Hera because that'd be just exactly what Quinn needs. Oh, that's not too bad. That's 2 damage going through. If we get a direct hit, then that would be Hera gone. That's not a direct hit, unfortunately. That's a console fire.
Oh.
That is a shame. That is a shame. That would have been an absolute miracle there. That's not a miracle. That is, yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that was brutal. It started off looking pretty good there for Quinn, and then it just kinda... He had some unfortunate positions. He got really stuck in and up close with the rebels, but too close. He couldn't really get outmaneuvered to work. Absolute shame there, but it was really enjoyable to watch. I love seeing the Brobots on the board. They're just such cool ships.
They look cool. They look brilliant.
Yeah. I might need to get my Brobots back out. That's one of the things I love about doing this, is seeing what other people are flying, and it just makes you go, yeah, I want to try that, or oh, I haven't used that ship in a while. It's really good, and I kind of hope that the people that are watching this also get that as well, and it makes them want to try out some of these lists or try out some of these ships, because I think it is just a really good thing to be trying out there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've seen so many different ship combinations through watching videos on this channel, and it's inspired so many new different lists. Like,
again, Amy, thank you very much for coming along to commentate with me.
Thank you. You're very welcome. It's always good to be back. I've really enjoyed it.
Excellent, thank you. And again, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you do want to support us on Patreon, the link is in the description below. As always, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.